Hello. Think everything's working. Yep, looks like it. Boop. There we go. Now I just gotta get the game audio. Oh crap, is it gonna mess with the... I hope it doesn't. Good, it's not messing with it. Whew. Is it gonna load? I think I want to use a keyboard. I'm pretty sure for this. Alright, let's get the game audio in. There we go. New game. Main story. Let's do story. Let's make our own dude. What portrait looks good? That one looks good so far. Kind of like this one. I think we'll do a whammon. Whoops. Kind of like this one. Very skinny. Let's just go with normal. I kind of like the skin tone. Alright, what kind of hair will she have? Oh, I could try to make Latara Sarin. Oh, I kind of want to do that. Let's make Latara Sarin, or as close as I can get. Okay. The hair's very close, but it needs to have like a little bun in the back. Is there any hair like that? There we go. Okay, this is the hair. It needs to be a dark brown, almost black. If we could do like a little... That's closer to it. Alright, we'll go with that. Why does it say eyebrows? Oh. She has a scar on her right eye. So we need one that has... Eyebrows are very thin. No. No. There we go. That's more like it. Don't need any tattoos. We do need scars. No, not that bad. Damn, that's the closest one, but it's on the wrong side. I'm trying to make Latara Serin Peñana, but it's on the wrong side. I'm trying to follow. Alright, I don't think Latara has any augments. Do you know if she has any? I don't believe Latara has any augments. Also, hello Peñata. Welcome to stream.
Another clean strike.
That's pretty good.
The divine watches over us. Macro cannons, open fire. Send their souls to the void.
I kind of like that one.
Gaze upon the powers of the veil.
Paycheck day, time to use more money on games I'll never touch. No! Stop! Stop spending your money!
Ruinous favor prevails.
Kind of like this one. That sounds a lot more like Latara. Okay. Actually, where was Latara born? You can't? Come on, dude. You can do it. Buy like one game and then like wait a couple days and see if you even want another one. Like, try not to go too crazy, because believe me, you're gonna hate yourself. Toss her in. Home. World. Where was she born? Damn. Doesn't say. I'm gonna say... Was she Voidborn? She could probably be Voidborn. Any fell attack, dodge, parry, critic, or skill test with a 20% chance of success. This chance cannot be greater than the base success chance of the roll. My friends did spend 380 on the summer cells. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. She's definitely either a Navy officer or Astra Militarum commander. Which one should we go with, Pinata? Because the drip does matter. We need the drippiest of drip. Either Navy officer, because this is pretty drippy, or Astra Militarum commander. You think commander? I can go with that. Triumph! Aspect of brilliance. Through forms of leadership, you restored a broken Imperial Guard regiment and its form, Martini glory. You and your guards went to defend a shrine world and receive a high commendation for your feat. You utilize your talents as a commander to achieve a great victory over the ruinous powers. Kind of like the ruinous powers one. That's right, we fought off some heretics. Grim portraits. You lost the entire regiment of the Imperium during a Geller field failure. Yet you yourself emerged unscathed. Oh my god. Holy cow, that would be like so scarring. As the commander-in-chief of a disastrous military campaign, you were buried in shame. That's kind of boring. Captured by heretics, you suffered unbearable torture at the hands of humanity's enemies. Yeah, that could work. Like maybe she got captured, was tortured, and then fought them back after the torture. That could work. That would be pretty cool. Archetypes. I think we want her to be an officer. But what are each of these? This is more a melee guy. Core focus, melee, movement, dodge armor, and parry taunts. Officer. Horses use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies, turning them into greater threats in the battlefield. Extra turns? Okay, in a turn-based game, I know how powerful that is. Single target buffs. Rescuing allies. Momentum. Operative, core focus, precise single attacks, defense penetration, area debuffs, consistent firing position. Okay. Core focus, movement and range attacks. Cover and dodge, burst fire, area attacks. We're going operative. I want those extra turns. Holy cow. Okay. Character bonus 3, character value 30, base value. It said we want our wisdom. Our willpower to be very high. Oh my gosh, we can get up to 45. I don't think we're going to need strength. I don't know about ballistic skill. We do need toughness. I don't want to die. Intelligent or perception? Maybe agility. High agility allows a character to manipulate the explosive with finesse to keep their footing across the treacherous terrain and provides the character's initiative dodge chance. reaction. If a character uses a melee weapon, their dodge reaction is equal to half their agility is also. Okay, but what about initiative? What allows them to like take first in the turns? Maybe perception has something to do with that. Pick up stray bolt shells, causing up between the day, blah blah blah. Awareness skill. I think I'm gonna do this one. Alright, Pinata, I'm gonna let you name the ship. What are we naming it? What ship is Latara Sarin 2.0 or discounts Latara Sarin going to be driving? Come up with a good one. Pinata? Might just be taking you a while. Get some more water. Are you still there, Pinata? I hope you are. Okay, okay. You want to come up with a name for the ship? Come up with a good one. RS Legacy. What? RLS Legacy. RS Legacy? Well, that doesn't mean anything. Let's see, what kind of ship we got? It's pretty small, considering 40k terms. Sword class, not that big. Proven 1,000 battles, combined decent firepower, high speed, and practical survivability. 1.6 kilometers in length. 0.3 kilometers abeam at the fins, approximately. Estimated tonnage 6 megatons. Estimated number of souls 26,000 people operate this thing. And this is considered one of the smaller ships. It's the name of the ship in the movie Treasure Planet. Oh, that's an amazing name to come up with. That's a really good one, Pinata. Good job. I would have never have guessed that. Alright, this is our character. Let's get going. She's not good at medicine, but she's pretty good at persuasion. Enter name. We're gonna go... Just a second. Whoops. Lotara. I like more orc ships, just random stuff put together with tape. And an asteroid. There's always an asteroid. Sarin at home. This isn't Latara Sarin, but it's her at home. You know, it's like, oh wait, the joke, we got Latara Sarin at home. Let's go. Let's send 26,000 people into a sun. I'm really excited to play this because 40k games are some of my favorite, and I've heard nothing but good stuff about this one. Looks like it'll be a lot of fun. What the heck is all of this? Just all this presentation, and it's probably just me walking through a door. No, I guess not.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
The man who has approached you is gazing down into the depths of vast temple on one of the lower decks. Choices and dialogues. You are in a dialogue here. You can learn more about current events, influence the characters you are speaking to, or even alter the course of the game's narrative. Your character's personality story depends on the dialogue choices you make. All dialogue options displayed in the right. Select replay by selecting L and B, blah 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 blah. Got it. All this ostentatious luxury. Oh, am I blocking? No, I'm not blocking. I'm good enough. I'm just taking up her image. Actually, I wonder. Yeah, it'll be fine. All this ostentatious luxury. This laughable presence. It is enough to make one think that the architects meant to composite rather than glorify. Or compensate rather than glorify. Sure, we'll go with that one.
An interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice. In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
I prefer the service by acting, not speaking.
That is commendable, quite so. However, there are many, many who believe that toils in his name start with diligence in choosing one's own words. Remember that when next you are presented with the privilege of conversing about him with loyal servants of the Imperium.
Yeah, whatever.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Which I had when they first appear in text. Scroll up the dialog box to see desired highlight terms again. Wait. Oh. Bows his head and focuses attention to you. Lieutenant General Latara Sarin at home. Scipio Grenold's commander of the 8th Army of the Scatitalian Jesuits.
My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander.
Smiles faintly, but you are not sure if it's the directed at you. Yeah, I'm wondering if this guy's gonna be on my side.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Yeah, Pinata, did you know? Interesting little fact in 40k. If you're someone who is quickly rising up in the, like, faction, whatever faction you are in the Imperium, like through the Militarum, through the Inquisition, through even just the religious aspect of it, if you're moving too quickly and you're like too good at what you do, sometimes someone higher up will look at you and go, I'm gonna make that person a rogue trader, and it's more of a downgrade than your career path going up higher. So they could just look at you and be like, no, I don't want you up here being one of my competitors. Go away. So they'll give you a piece of paper and force you to be a rogue trader. I thought it was really funny when I found that out. You have a curiosity title. Master's orders. What are your responsibilities? Yeah, sounds about right in the 40k universe. Yeah. I just found it really interesting. I was like, they literally could give you a piece of paper that tells you to fuck off. Just go away.
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
So there is another candidate. I wonder who my other candidate is.
There is, and you will meet him soon enough.
Tell me about the one whose ship I found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
100% Pinata. Like, I love the 40k aesthetic and the world and the lore. Like, it's so cool. I wouldn't wish my worst enemy to go there. Like, this place is awful. Like, even if you get your best option, if you were just randomly teleported in the 40k universe, is that you have either a very quick death, you just hope for a really quick one, or you end up just becoming a factory worker and you have to work like 14 or 20-hour days. Just backbreaking days. And it's just like, that's amazing that that's considered one of the better options in 40k. It's like, oh, no one deserves that. No, thank you. Why about this fellow? Why have you brought me here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor.
It's a bunch of bull.
I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
I'm not sure, but I have heard of fanfics where the best outcome that they got is that they became either a rogue trader or a commissar. Yeah. And Space Marines are badass, but to become one, no thanks. Especially my favorite faction, no thanks. I'm fighting a Space Marine hand to hand without any weapons and beat him in no thanks. Oh my god. Yeah. Space Marines are crazy. If I was to become a Space Marine, I would just cross my fingers and hope to become a Salamanders. Because at least then, the worst you have to put up with is like setting yourself on fire after you have the implants put in you. It's like, it kind of might work. Who knows?
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the Gold Emperor's service. And therefore, it is sacrosanct.
That's interesting. I didn't know that the first rogue traders were called Lord Captains. That's interesting. My friend wishes to be a Black Templar. Well, I always keep an eye on that guy. Also, I earned XP when I chat with you now? What? What do you mean? You guys earn XP now by chatting in my chat? Because that's cool. I didn't even know that. I can't believe one of your friends wants to be a Black Templar. Oh, God. Hope he's okay. I assume you have some goal in mind when you decide to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora.
Ooh.
I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
I'm pretty sure it hasn't. We have one that wishes to be a dreadnought in the 40k universe. Last time we met, let him be drunk. Oh, man. I hope he knows what a dreadnought is. But I guess more power to him. Then again, he's drunk. Who knows, man? He might just not know what he's talking about.
The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
And dialogue. By the right of blood, rogue trader Valerian von Valshist. I'm just gonna call him Valerian. Follow Conrad. Explained it to him and said, hell yeah. Ooh, camera controls. Okay, so it's like Baldur's Gate. This will be really easy. Yeah. Cool. That's silly. That is really silly that he just doesn't seem to get it.
Embrace true power.
Whoa. Ran. Hello, peasants. Interactable objects. Sometimes the game will be entered with a special way. Some icons allow you. Okay. Hold tab to highlight them. Ah. Sacred mechanism has been interfered with without due reverence. The duration of the data process cycle has tripled. Wait, catch me up. Are you an Inquisitor? No, I'm not an Inquisitor. I am Discount Latara Sarin, aka Latara Sarin at home. And we are a commander. Like, we were once a general in the Astra Militarum. And we've been asked now to go to the, this void place. Or this ship. Basically, we've been downgraded, sadly. Massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood. A resource of incredible value aboard a warship. That's hilarious that wood is like considered rare in the 40k universe. Oh my god. By the way, I love the fact that the Tau got an existential crisis after taking down a dreadnought and find out that it was older than their entire civilization. I remember that. I remember that exact thing. It was, what was it? A Tau warrior in a suit. He was able to disable. He didn't destroy it, but he disabled it. Gonna be an upgrade because now you can do whatever you want. Yeah. Let's just say you had a career path. Now you don't. Anyways, the Tau suit, if I remember correctly, it disabled the dreadnought. It didn't kill them yet. It disabled him. And then he was like, I'm going to scan this thing. What is it? And he scanned it, and he found a corpse inside it. And he was like, what the heck is this? Then he found out that the corpse was still alive, and he found out it was older than his entire civilization, and it knew nothing but hate and contempt for his people. He was just like, oh god, how could they do this to their own people? So good. Hello. Can I like alter the copy of the... Oh my god, okay. Wait a minute. The 2,348th volume of the Lex Imperialis, the Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium. 2,300 copies. What the heck? But, for one good reason. For the Emperor. Exactly. But, Hatless Newt, to give you an idea, our character technically had a career path. Like, they were going to be, like, someone really high up in the Astra Militarum. And could have potentially been a very, like, influential person. Then someone higher up, or her, apparently, the captain of the ship, saw our career path, and we were going to go places, and was like, nah, we got to cut that out. Quick, send them a piece of paper that says they're a rogue trader now, and they have to legally fuck off. Open. So it's kind of a upgrade, kind of not.
Trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
You're just gonna leave a tank there?
What's happening?
Oh god. Oh no.
The servitors have gone berserk!
You just shoot him in the dick? Why'd you just stand there?
Blood and mayhem shall be our anthem.
You've been ambushed. The battle begins. To survive the grim darkness of the far future, you have to face enemies of all kinds and fight your life. Hints at toys familiarity system. Click the button at the top of the screen to start the battle. I just asked that friend, and he said he would love to become a Black Templar Dreadnought if they even exist. Oh my god, he has no idea what he's talking about.
Die!
No, stay away. Oh, insta-killed. Oh my god. Use the tarantula? What are you talking about? Okay. My character isn't made for combat. Oh, the turret. I don't think I can. I can get closer to it. We'll see. Ooh. Wait.
Sow the seeds of discord.
Action points. To make attacks, use abilities, a combat character must spend action points. total is displayed in the panel on the bottom of the screen. That's what I'm going to try to do. At the start of each character's turn, their AP is stored to maximum value. So wait, are these my action points? They are. You there!
I won't waste my time on that.
Why? What about this person?
I will triumph.
Ashman's car and all their allies deal an additional 20 damage to enemies that are adjacent to the commander or their allies until end of the commander's next turn. So I can't do this.
I reject the very idea.
Alright, let's just shoot.
Purpose guides me.
Yeah. Oh, what? I buffed you and you missed? Useless. Apparently so. Okay. I guess I need to get closer to this guy and command him. You there. Do
This
better.
is beneath me.
Wait, why?
I will not stoop to this.
Why? What about yourself?
I reject the very idea.
We'll just shoot. This one servitor's gonna kill us. Put a guy with decent weapon and place them on a vantage point. Oh no. Shoot him!
One step clear.
I can't believe he killed everybody.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Yeah, I play Space Marine 2, but I can't get it to work for streaming, so unfortunately I just won't be streaming it. But yeah, I play it. Uh-oh. Right on, no one's allowed to enter those private stations.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the
Battle
execution
axes?
of
Oh,
these
hell
orders
yeah.
personally. I hope you will have no difficulty
Can't
reaching
wait.
the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Very well, go. Could open the map using M. Okay. This moment, it would seem the cause of this malfunctioning was a short-circuiting of the motive force. It's got a bad motivator. Dragon. Oh, that's what you meant. Sentry gun, constructed with the blessing of the ancient Mechanicus, uses a standard template construct in manufacturings of Calia Gamma. I hate these things in the game.
The world trembles beneath my
The tabletop.
feet.
I hate them so much. Numerous battle tank reclaimed and restored by the grace of the god after the first to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Vortex Chotain. And not much good it's gonna do, just gathering dust, or whatever. Why are you being mean to the servants? Wonder where to go here.
I tread a path unexplored.
Even the lifts are gothic. Look like little temples. That's ridiculous. Ooh, more Mechanicus. Disgusting.
Intriguing.
No. What the fuck was that?
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Uh-oh.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
I'm gonna survey the room. Your first impressions of Ethelrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form, or defect. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodorana Jesus, these names. Theodora von Valentius features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Next to two of them, see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and barbaric containing all manner of weapons. Probably this dude.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
Very well.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Might cost a few psychers, but it'll give us an answer, I think. We need to find out if it is witchcraft, these spirits.
Thorough, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Yeah, why not?
sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne? Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants.
I like the first one. Your both servants the God Emperor and Lady Theoda. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? Find your tone most disagreeable, Throat. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences. I like the top one and the second one. Kind of want to go with the second. I'm gonna go with the first.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Uh-oh, he's getting flustered.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
I don't know just yet. I hope you will clarify that. No, I don't want to... Oh, man, all of these answers I don't like. Because she does not seem like the kind of woman that you want to be bashful with. Not bashful, be direct with. I'll just go with the top one.
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed.
Yeah, that doesn't explain why I'm here.
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity, and my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic.
The warrant of trade.
Kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Tell me more.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
So she wants me to take her place? Do you have other children?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Uh-oh. Why is she wasting her time on me?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse.
So that's where we are.
Service in the Astra Militarum is a trial from which very few people emerge with their life. That you have risen through the ranks of the Imperial Guard and assumed command of an army is a testament to your astuteness, both on the battlefield and in the tangled net of officer intrigues. I assure you, the company that a rogue trader keeps will offer you plenty of chances to demonstrate both your diplomatic skills and your combat prowess.
Okay.
Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will forever live on in the annals of the Imperium and bring honor to the von Valancius line.
The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Uh-oh. Thank you for clarifying my ask my questions now.
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aid.
Where is your ship headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one
Uh-oh.
of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Okay.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
On the demand. She is being told by someone to come here. Okay. I don't really like the rest of these. So let's say I have no other questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Really? Oh. Are they like Is this a revolt? Oh my god. This one from 0 to 100 real quick.
For power.
The masters demand your death!
Masters? Are there heretics?
I can handle this.
One fewer target.
Oh my god. You just killed 2 of them, easy.
Reduced to dust.
3 of them.
Stay vigilant.
Is that a Melta?
I am your doom. I bring ruin.
Oh. Astronaut's commanders or all their allies deal an additional 20 damage to enemies that are adjacent to the commander or their allies until end of commander's next turn. All the commander's allies also suffer no damage. Allies attacks until the end of the commander's next turn. But how do I use it?
I will triumph.
Oh, I guess that just uses it. You there!
This is beneath me.
Why is that? Can't do this, people. That's weird. Goodbye.
Death shall reign.
Critical hit. Nice. No, don't hit me. Okay, thank goodness. They're not very good at shooting. Oh, never mind.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Oh my god, they're killing everybody. Oh, plasma gun.
Fewer target. I took care of this one.
This guy is crazy.
Death to the heretics.
Such is the will of chaos.
Chaos. Positive effect. Your character has received a temporary positive effect from an ally. Such effect enhances your character's allies. Da, da, da. Looks like a Drukhari. Does that not look like a Drukhari image?
Amidst the carnage, I find purpose.
Do I
I
not
won't
have the
waste my
aim?
time
Target
on
is too
that.
far. Let's go over here. Shoot
I
him.
need no guidance.
Yeah. Get him, Abelard.
Don't touch me.
Oh, it's like an explosive round. That's interesting.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
My god.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Okay. Huh? What? By the right of blood. Oh, wait. What was the other thing? It said find something. I'm guessing that's this way.
Embrace true power.
god, this place is going to hell. His body's riddled with holes and for a single shotgun. Lies smoking in his hand. Well, can I take the gun? Mort, how you doing?
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Thank you.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
Mm-hmm.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Ooh. You must provide immediate assistance to those still on the middle decks. Perhaps we might stop this wave from spreading.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
That is true. If he's a psyker, oh god, we could be in trouble.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on transitional deck 18.
Uh-oh, that sounds like the middle.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain.
Oh no.
Transitional deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Then it's settled.
I don't know, I don't really trust him.
Bring him here, in whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
Well, I am a soldier. I hear and obey, Lord Captain. I know I'm gonna do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort, come.
Apparently she didn't like that.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do. Lead the way!
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Why are you talking? This guy almost wants me to just not trust him. Uh-oh. Something hits you hard with a sharp crackle, and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Great. I knew it. I knew something was up with him. I didn't like him.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
You two-faced scum, you're behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel? Wow. What an insult. Will you let me join you? We could take the warrant from Theodore together. Oh my god, that'd be funny. I want to be loyal. I'm gonna insult him. What is it, inbred?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
My favorite sentence in Alabama. Coercion? What? Sorry, pathetic excuses do you even have for your apostasy? You sordid, wretched piece of grok shit. Yes, we're going with that one. Oh my god, that is totally what Latar Surin would do. Just completely, like, put him on burn. We're just blasting him with insults.
Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Okay, you need to die, then.
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
It would be kind of funny if I just died right here. The blade flashes a dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate, go to the gate, go to the gate. Fight the voice in your head, get out, I'm not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock you, desperately outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step towards the gate looming in the center of the chamber. Oh no! He's gonna mind control me! Quick, spit in the blood so it can't read it right. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created by a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Yeah, that's just a dude. Examine the device. Carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. Suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. I got 20 XP. The servitor on the gate begins to move with a screeching and groaning of metal. It leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voice that fills your head after Vulgar, whatever, wounded you with the blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into the tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. Look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon in search of your vein. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Damn. Examine it one more time. Ones you were used to, its skin covered in stitches together with copper thread as metal hinges and places of strange joints. It seems that the creator of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than the ordinary automatons. Well, looks like I'm placing my hand in there. Sentinels draw a clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servitor's motors start up and pumps stir into motion. The vid screen on the cogitator flicks. Several long minutes pass. Sentinel's jaw remains closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Yes. You don't understand what the quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel, the cogitator? Is it a figment of your wary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiate
Oh. Oh, heck yeah. Just killed all of them.
There is still another way.
No! Why did it open? Why would I? Oh, I don't want to go in there. Yeah, whatever. That is not what the Warren of Trade looks like. It can't be that big. But then again, they're all different.
The world will bow.
Let it be known that by my will and by my words, this document I appoint to the person the bearer of the warrant trade and bestow upon them their dynasty, the great, to be a paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely, burst into darkness, to unite, to triumph over nightmares untold, hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily in the road of thorns, to... Well, I'm just not fast enough at reading.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warren Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Yeah, give me a connection to Mom.
Faster! Restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Leave me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. As game story untold, you will be notified at the top of the screen, indicating the status of the current jobs. Oh, okay. So now where do I go? Do I just go back? Looks like there's nothing else here. Maybe I just followed the servo skull.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
No one must reach the warrant. A simple order of this simple question will lock the chamber. Okay, so I need to... There we go. What was that? What did we just hit? Oh no.
Run, fools, or fall.
Oh, it's the really cool guy.
Mistress? What? Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodore for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Mistress, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Openly admitted that he is the mastermind of the mutiny.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Mistress. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit this out. This is gonna be a problem.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Stub revolver, sword, armored body glove, medkit. Ooh. Did you hear... Oh man, did you hear the funny joke of orcs in space? Like, this orc ship came over to try and help another orc ship that had like received some damage in space and had like big old holes. So they get in spacesuits and they head out and they're like looking at the other orcs that are repairing it, and they notice they're not in suits and they're like, "Oi, you gits! Don't you know you can't breathe in space?" And then all of them looked at him and died because they just all of a sudden believed, "Wait a minute, we can't breathe in space." So they all just died and floated away. If he wouldn't have said anything, they would have been fine. So good. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, big oof. Or another one where a bunch of Imperial Guard ran out of ammo and they fired. Like, they were like, "Oh, man, we're out of ammo." And then the commander got an idea and he's like, pulls out a gun and just goes, "Bang!" Like he says bang, and one of the orcs falls over dead. So all the other people just start going bang, 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 and all the orcs start dying. It's so good. And they are overpowered, yet their own stupidity kills them, and I love them. Yes, they're so good. I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank. You know what I'm referencing. Oh, so good. So much fun. Orcs are so good. You hear about the orc that he once was captured by the Astra Militarum, and he was like put inside like an area. Then I just started pew pew pewing, exactly. And he saw how the Astra Militarum was like working. Like he was in one of their like tents or something, and he saw them all like voxing, talking, giving orders, doing strategies and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, that's a good idea. That looks really fun." So when he did is eventually the orcs like he broke out and like got his way out. He grabbed the commissar and like took him, and the commissar was like, "Oh, you can't get anything from me. It doesn't matter." And he's like, "I don't want anything from you. I want your jacket and your hat." So he killed him, took his jacket and hat, and then he like made everyone else dress up as Imperial Guard people, and then he pretended to be a commissar and like doing commissar things, giving orders and stuff, and somehow they won by being like way more strategic all of a sudden. So good. Got it.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Look no
Okay.
further.
Medkit.
Let's patch you up.
Your help suffices.
Yay!
My ascension has only just begun.
Yeah, orcs are definitely...
Arm yourself. Our enemies may find us at any moment.
Oh shit, you're right. I'm guessing I for inventory. Ooh. What weapons, your inventory? You can switch between party members. Okay.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Great. One of my favorite moments, it's the engine incident. Humans were able to capture a car that seemed indestructible since they repaired a couple of times. Once they cut the car, they see the engine. It was a rock with a weird burr. Have you guys... Did you hear, Pinata, of the orc drop pods? So, it's this machine that, like, they shoot down from their ships. In it is a little control panel that's just painted. Like, they just... Oh, it is the word Berber. That's hilarious. But it's just painted, like, go and stop. And it's green and red. But it doesn't do anything. And the orcs believe it works. So it just smashes into the ground. It's so funny. Oh my god. There is the really funny thing where if you are someone who really likes 40k and you want to annoy someone who is just kind of one of those people that's too into 40k, you can go, oh yeah, did you know that the God Emperor is only alive because all the orcs believe he is? Oh, these were a bunch of heretics that I killed. Don't worry about it. Basically, there's a mutiny going on right now, Hatless Newt, and I need to try and make my way out of here.
But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space.
Uh-oh.
I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation.
How did you find
If we can
me?
manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive. You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I don't think so. Ah, it may have been the Sentinel.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort.
I believe it's like Baldur's Gate. You can have multiple branching paths that you go out. I think there's one where you can become a heretic if you wanted to. We're not going to do that because for the God Emperor, long may he reign.
The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
Oh no, is she a fraud? Am I the true heir while she isn't? On an RPG game where each player starts somewhere new and have different starting stories. So, when you set your character up, your background will be different each time. Like Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, it is kind of like Knights of the Old Republic. The only difference is that you're always going to end up on this ship. Like, the beginning part's always going to be the same. So, unfortunately, it's actually a lot like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, where you start off on one of 7 planets. So, it's kind of the same in the beginning, but then it branches off like crazy. I heard one of Theodora's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
What exactly has gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman.
Damn.
Oh, God Emperor preserve me, Navigator. However, I have spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered.
I hope not.
Perhaps the Navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak.
Oh my god, stop talking about that stuff. That sounds awful.
If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
We expect to find at the Navigator's Sanctum.
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Ew. For the Imperium and humanity, lead the way!
Come.
Uh-oh.
Loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home! And with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
Uh-oh.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
Uh-oh. I'm in a bad spot.
Or fall.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
Whatever battle, get your character into position. Yeah, I don't want to be there. And you can be as close as you want. Start the battle!
To the weak.
No, 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 no! Oh!
I serve the ruinous powers.
Crush the feeble.
Yeah, Warhammer TV's not doing 100%. Ooh, he has an area effect abilities? Or do I? Hmm. %65% to hit.
Purpose.
Bang! Wait, I can't move? That's not good. Okay.
One step closer.
End my turn. Oh my god, he's so strong. I'm guessing you have to move and then attack. I guess it's not interchangeable. Oh man. Avalard's abilities. So does he have an AoE? He does. Hiya! Oh. Just like 40k. Yeah, it seems like it. One round the Navy officer and their allies in a 3-star radius gain 2 deflection on each architect.
Victory is imminent.
Attack of opportunity. Okay. Alright, Abelard. Defeat them.
Death to non-believers.
No! Ooh, okay. Run away.
Through chaos, I fly.
Ow. You prick.
Ruin back. What a satisfying demise.
Nice. Get him.
One fewer target.
Experience points. I've leveled up. Ooh, ultimate ability's finest hour. So either I need to get my commerce or persuasion. I kind of want persuasion. I want to convince people. Nice. All right, let's see. Athletics. Coerce. Makes him tougher. I think I'd rather he survive more stuff than deal a lot of damage. Survive, Avalide, survive.
Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy.
It looks so complicated. I mean, yeah, probably. Can we search these? Collecting loot. Defeated enemies. No further need for their former belongings. But you can discover valuable trophies among them. Defeated enemies suspect left with them. Trophies on the right side of the trophy window will be your inventory. Trophies on the right side of the trophy window go to your inventory. Such items can be used or equipped. Oh man, there's a lot of them. Oh, is that all of them?
My aspirations transcend humanity.
Zone map. This is a civil part of the ship where you can travel. Some parts are not yet available, but over time your character will be able to access them. Ooh. I loaded really quick. Oh no, a psyker.
I hear it here on the threshold of the blinded guide. Doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira,
It's not my ship, sadly.
would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. Their voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abela, how they sing.
Okay, I want to throw her out an airlock right now. That is not okay to have something like this.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I don't like Adira. You want to be her friend? Ooh, I don't like her.
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is
Yeah,
seeping through
yeah.
these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Pay enormous amounts of money if we could get a Space Marine game, but with orcs. Same combat style, but with their weapons and stupidity. Where we play as orcs. I don't know if the reason why they don't do that is because they don't think that the general public are ready for those kind of games. That's why they're always doing Space Marines or something like this. It's like an Imperium based kind of stuff. Just sounds so awesome. Also love the voice actor. Yeah, she's killing it. She's doing a really good job. But you, Psyker. You. You know, likey Psyker. So once the general public is more aware of 40k and what it is, then yeah, we'll definitely get more of that orc stuff. But right now we've got like... Yeah, we got the 2D orc shooter. We got the one with the driving. Yeah. That's just because you want to be one, Hatless Newt. Yeah. Psychers are creepy. 19 years consciousness shrieks and crawls in deeper. It crawls, scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
And I wish we didn't.
Officer's frequency.
Ooh.
To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
God, this place is going to hell.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
If she proves to be useful, I'll probably just use her as a weapon. I'll just think of her as like a gun or something.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
Are the walls bleeding? I just noticed that. I think the Geller fields might be off. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams.
No,
and
they're warping.
screeches.
Yeah.
Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
Master Cog? Uh-oh.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Oh, no.
Dead, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest.
That's not good.
It's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
Hey, you don't know how good that cook might be. That could be the best cook in the entire Imperium. You don't know. You must see if the Navigator as well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
Oh my god, just let me go. I don't want to talk to her anymore. It's too creepy.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a Navigator around. Maybe
You bet she can cook even better. Is that a woman in a kitchen joke?
Since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
I wonder if 40K has college system. You work, go to the Emperor, and if you survive, you get all your stuff paid off. They do have a college. There's several schools, and depending on how well you do, it depends on where you get placed in it. Like if you just for some reason are very gifted or really good at navigating, you might end up being on a void ship like this and become someone who helps the ship go. If you're a psyker, you're probably going to end up being sacrificed to the Emperor. End up becoming a navigator if you're lucky. Or maybe become a sanctioned psyker. Isn't that just commissars? No, because someone has to be taught how to shoot a gun. The Astra Militarum does teach you how to just be a grunt, and then how to be a sergeant, and then how to be an officer, and then how to be like a commissar, and then so on and so on and so on. Or you get kidnapped to become a space marine. That's if you're a really like interesting person most of the time. Sometimes they'll just grab random people and just hope for the best, but yeah. Like everyone else is just knaves, but the commissar gets to do whatever. Commissars don't get to do whatever, actually. Commissars are like generals. Kind of. They're not so high up that they could do whatever they want. They're just high enough that they can do quite a bit. I'm really lucky to survive the process. Yeah. It really depends on how well you do, how smart you are, and how you are able to like handle situations. There's actually a lot of good videos talking about it, and I think the worst thing is if you end up becoming a part of the Assassinorum, then your life's pretty much over and you're like screwed. Space Marine initiatives have to be super lucky and strong. Yes, very much so. Oh man, now she's gonna be part of my party. Join your party, which now consists of several characters. So select one character, click left button to portrait, select multiple characters. Alright, let's go. If they made it, yeah. The door does not budge. Clouds of vicious flash haven't tangled the metals. What? Where am I supposed to go then? Maybe this way? What was the story about Blue Daddy, him having to unalive his teammates? Oh no, the heretics. Blue Daddy? Wasn't the story about Blue Daddy him having to unalive his teammates? I don't know who that is or what you're talking about.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Call something? I can't tell if you mean Kaldor Drago, if you're talking about Call, not the Primarch. Marnius Calgar? Is that who you're talking about? Remember guys, it's better to get kill on that universe than become a human shield or a human speaker or a human battery. Yeah, Papa swears. So Marnius Calgar, he never had to kill any of his own people.
The whispers are getting louder.
I don't know exactly what. Let's go over here. You are a psyker. Get away from me. You. I want you to kill that psyker.
Let's get to it. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Ow. Aha!
Chaos guides me.
Good job. Hologram. So hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended actions. Interesting. I don't think he ever had to kill his own people. He did when he was getting attacked by Tyranids. Pretty much sacrifice his entire honor guard just to stop one Tyranid. Never mind, but that comic from a few years ago was him explaining how he got his name. Everyone he trained with went insane. He had to defeat them along with some chaos dude.
Purpose guides the death shall
That must be new,
reign.
because I have no idea what that is.
I need no guidance.
Do better.
I will triumph.
Everybody, do really well. And on my turn.
Chaos guides me.
Aha. Okay, Hydra's a psyker and an operative. As an operative, she can study opponents and identify their weaknesses, and their psychic abilities allow her to deal damage to them. Analyzing enemies is an operative ability, which allows you to exploit effects. Okay. Psycho increases the target's dodge and parry by 10% until the end of combat. Operatives targets an enemy within line of sight. The target immediately gains 2 exploit. Hydra should palatine those heretics. Guess we're gonna analyze, and we want to analyze the other psyker.
On it.
And then warp lightning!
That is not my destiny.
Target is too far. Fine, you can walk right here. Warp lightning! Yeah. Defend yourself because you're probably gonna get whacked. She's already my fave just because she does lighting? Why are you so weird? Why you like this? I can't get multiple. Alright, just whack this guy.
I took care of this one. I'd rather not.
And your turn. Psychers are cool. You've got a weird taste. You know that? This doesn't say if I can hit him. I guess I can't. 26%. If you let her die. I'm not going to try. Look, I don't like psychers. That doesn't mean I'm not going to use them. 50%.
Descend upon the weak. Blood-soaked tribute.
Yeah, it's like she might just, you know, have an accident, blow up. It's not my fault. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. Ugh. Navigator is breathing heavily, and the air whistles at it as it exits through the two dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. Ew! The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead. Ew!
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
What is wrong with the ninja?
Wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
Okay, pick one. I'm gonna go with fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Thank you.
Your time is short.
Navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head, and half opens his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under the closed lids of the third eye and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. The voice is coming from the Vox grill at the base of the barrier chair. It is unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. Ugh. You do know that this is a psyker, right? Time is short to do what? Are you alright? Are you in need of help? We have to get you out of that chair. So the navigator's body starts rushing in place. It lurches forward. It falls back to the seat, then thrusts forward again as its bones crack as its skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than these wild impetus. The mutant remains seated, but leans as far forward as he can, his layered remnant slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous screaming mouths like pits. Ew!
It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Yeah. It just screams its echo to the silent cries of your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigators coming to the proximities of corruption.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with millions of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
The navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fits stop abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. Dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle into a stream, mixed with the blood coming out of his nose, and there is purplish swelling around the eye. Ugh.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength.
The words come out of the Vox.
The intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
The navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Good luck. And thank you.
Sorry, bro. You are a psyker, so I don't really care, but thanks for holding them off. The navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed eyelids, and the vox at the base of the chair is bellowing out static interpreters with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter. Ew. Yeah. Pity him? I pity that he was born.
Embrace true power.
I pity that he doesn't immediately serve a better service towards the God Emperor. They didn't ask to be born that way. They asked me born that way, Dad. No, it's still shut. Okay, so where am I supposed to go? Maybe there's a way from here. Can I loot bodies? Yeah. In fact, let's see what we got. Is this better than what I have? No. Guess we could sell it. Ooh, wait, a las pistol. Could I dual wield pistols? Yeah, here's the staff right here. I think when you loot one body, you loot them all. We're definitely going to be a dual wielding badass. Could he? No. I feel like nah. Alright, is this staff better than yours? It is not. No, I can't. I'm not good at with swords. My strength is really bad. This guy is good at strength, but we don't have another sword. Give him an axe. That could look cool. When I get another chain sword, we'll do it. Alternative weapons. In combat, a character may need to use different kinds of weapons, which can be prepared in advance. Open your inventory and prepare different weapon sets to switch to different weapon sets in combat. Huh.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
You imagine it from their point of view. They're just like, ma'am, could you stop being so strange? So far, this is really cool. I like this. This is a cool game. Where does it want me to go? It's strange.
The world will bow.
I guess back this way to the officer's deck. Officer's deck. So far, this is a really cool game. I like it. I'm definitely going to be playing this off stream with another build or something. It's also an 8-player Hatless Newt. 8 people can play this game together.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
Explodes.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these.
The best character in the game.
Nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told told you he would protect us.
My God. My light. My Emperor.
You're with me. The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hand, and for a brief moment it seems she is not going to stop and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees. Starting with you!
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Yeah.
Your face. It is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Latara Saren at home, Von Valakis, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
What do you mean, What? It's a Sister of Battle. It's one of the coolest characters in the game. Do not think to insinuate that I am one of the traitors. I will not let such an affront slide.
That answer does you credit. Only the truly righteous would be so provoked by the accusation of heresy.
Exactly. By the way, this psyker over here, she's not with me.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Was a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard a rogue trader ship. Your orders serve the ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Sounds like a problem. Sisters are just reverse fanboys. I mean, look, they're rabid fanboys is what I would say. Like, I get it. I do understand the hate. But you have to admit that in the 40k universe, a woman who just believes in the Emperor so much can defy chaos. That's pretty badass. They also can use bolters. Pretty cool.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
Yeah.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Yay!
Intriguing.
Also, you playing this just made me buy this. It looks like a game I'd really enjoy. That's great, because now we'll be able to play it together, Hatless Newt. Maybe after the stream. Ooh, hello. Collect all. Ah, they broke it. So maybe down this way?
Seize the opportunity.
Another revolver. Equipping weapons. Save more efficient. Yeah. Dual wielding revolvers. Oh, so cool. Maybe it's this doorway. Oh my god, heretics. Look at them all. Disgusting. Ugh, they're walking around rummaging through stuff. Look at them. Ugh. Don't like them.
I am the harbinger of discord.
Model ship, exactly. Okay, you're gonna be here. Psyker, you go over there. I'm gonna support the sister. Abelard, you're gonna run straight up. Actually, we'll put you here. Oh, she can like fan her weapon. She is an expert with burst range weapons. No weapons that deal damage in area. Another intrinsic strength is her mobility in combat. Run and gun is unique soldier ability. Using it grants soldier extra movement points and reduce the cost of their attack by 1 action point. Ooh. Sometimes a run lets you make burst attacks. Oh my gosh, look at that. She can hit like all of them over there. But we want to go over here. So what we're going to do is let's do a hologram. Yeah, that'll work.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Each strike is a prayer.
She just wiped him out. Holy cow. Grants momentum equal to 6. This ability also grants an additional 3 momentum for each enemy that is either in a 5-star race around the sister battle or was hit by her this turn. If the sister battle hits a demon or chaos cultist, the additional amount of momentum doubles. Oh, I should have done that right before shooting them. To get back into cover. There we go.
Faith without none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
She's so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna play as her. If I ever play with anyone else. Just blowing everyone out. Full and partial cover gives you opportunity to avoid enemy attacks. Full cover indicated by a skull on the shield. Reduce the chance to hit by 60%. Partial cover is reduced by 35%. Accurate behind cover. Some cover can be destroyed by melee attacks, area attacks, or other abilities. Well, let's hope we don't. Oh, no, these are metal tables, so that's fine.
Purpose guides me.
I tell you to do stuff.
I will triumph.
I don't know if I have... Yeah, I'll have to shoot through her and she's not gonna like that. Let's move right here and try it.
Ravage and conquer. What a satisfying demise.
Yeah, I'm in the open, but I'll be fine. It's all fine. Did they miss?
But of course.
Look at him. have you. Kind of need you to be closer, because your attack range is not good. Yeah, her range is not that good. Go over here.
What is to come. Anything else?
Oh.
Will do. Be gone.
Yeah. The Psyker did something. Alright, Abelard. Get over here.
My place is at the fore. At your beck and call.
I want you to whack him. Nice. Didn't I already loot everything? That's weird. Oh, I guess it's like an AoE for the looting. It doesn't just loot everything. Not particularly a big fan of it being tab. Bunch of cargo. Cozy seating area. Come to destroy pieces of furniture and splitters scattered everywhere. Dark stains cover the floor and... Huh. Anything else to loot? Oh, what's this? Gradually silent. It seems the machinery spirit is no longer being powered by the motive. Why has everything got bad motivators? Ooh. Alright, let's continue forward.
It won't open. The damned heretics have blocked the door, trembling at the thought of our approach.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
Let's blow it up. Oh, there we go. Bad motivator. Uncle Owen, this R2 unit has a bad motivator. Latara Sarah knows how to use doors. Characters are asked for the logic test, the dialogue, and during exploration will make often various skills. Any melter charges? Supposed to go adjective. Okay. Operator's glove. The wearer gains a +3 bonus to tech use. Melter charges. What the heck's this glove thing? I don't think my character needs that. That's very interesting.
Power.
Yeah, let the Sister of Battle do it.
Duty prevails.
Yeah, oh, we all leveled up.
There is a fervor in my soul. I am not afraid to embrace the revelations that make others shriek
That was weird.
cover. That is the difference between
Bring it down.
me and ignorant filth.
The officer immediately grants an ally an extra turn with 2 AP and no MP. If this ally under the effect of voice of command and kills an enemy before the end of the officer's turn, the ally gains a one-time additional 6 momentum. This ability cannot be used the same ally more than once per round. This is it. This is like the ability. Heck yeah. Until the warrior's next turn, they gain 2 deflection and 10 temporary wounds. Okay. Expose weakness. The operator removes all exploits from the target, decreasing the target's dodge, parry, and armor by whatever this amount until the start of the operator's next turn. If this ability reduces the target's armor to 0, the operator removes only half the exploded from the target. Okay. Revel in slaughter. The soldier immediately removes the winged effect till end of combat. The soldier gains the following bonuses: ballistic skill, critical damage, critical chance. This ability becomes available after the soldier kills 3 enemies. The kill counter is not reset between rounds. Ooh. I don't know how useful that'll be at the beginning, but I'm betting higher up when we fight more people. It'll be very useful. Can I not? There we go. Let's go this way.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
A book. Open up the door.
Perfection.
Open the door. Officer's deck helmet. Ooh. I need this helmet. Wait, maybe I don't. Fashion's more important. Would it mess up her hair? Yeah, I don't like that.
The world will bow.
I have to figure out what items I want after.
We should deal with this.
Goods. A psycho stack. Oh no, it's a multi-key. Oh no. No. It's a psyker. Wait, did she just walk through the fire? The roar of the flames rings your ears and the choky smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recall the scorching heat. Wiping your face a moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodra. She walked through the fire and flames.
My heir.
Oh no.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Shoot it.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
This is impossible. This can't be true. It's impossible.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality.
No, you're just a demon.
I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Teosa speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in your restless for your minds is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer, and that answer can be nothing other than acceptance. Yeah, this thing is not real. Some type of chaos entity.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
Oh my god.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
I'm with the Abelard.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel.
What are you waiting for?
What are we waiting for?
What do you mean even she knows? She's the one who wants to side with this chaos spawn. Dogmatic, walk through the fire. The Emperor will guide the righteous of their path. Heretic, accept the offer of the help. Take my pain away and give me power. Yeah, that's the heretic. You want to side with the heretic? How dare you? Ironclass, get the people of the bridge. I will not leave my people in harm's way. This is the one I'm going with. Nope. She's a heretic. You look away and the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn. The voice of the people beyond the shroud of smoke grows stronger and hopeful. Once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors in your determination, you completely forget about Theodora. And when you turn your head, you see nothing but the bellowing fire. We must go around.
Where did go? That was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
You're a heretic.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
Heretic.
Let's seize the opportunity.
She's nothing more than a heretic. Okay, so we can't go this way. Can't do anything with them. Can't do anything that way. So it looks like we're going back in here. She's just a bit confused. Yeah, okay. Sees someone walk through fire. Oh yeah, I should join them. She's not a bit confused. She's awful. Yeah.
Too late. We are too
Aww.
late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here.
Really?
Which would be even worse.
I also guess I get XP in chat when you say you and I respond. That's weird. I don't know what this XP is for YouTube. Is this some kind of like new thing that like ask a question? What do you think an Abelard is? It guesses? That's weird. Perhaps Oja's escort never made it here, which would be even worse. You have no idea? Me neither.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak, without us.
That's true.
My lady,
I beg your pardon for interrupting.
Oh.
The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
Yeah.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing.
Because it
I find
rewarded
most
me
troubling.
then, but earlier
The
it
Lord
did.
Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
So here's what I think, Atlas Newt. I think you get XP as you are watching and as you're engaging. So as you type in messages and as time goes by, you'll get it. Because maybe you should try timing it. Something tells me that it's a time-based thing. That's what I'm assuming.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Excuse me. Nothing here. Okay. I believe that's the elevator. But is there anything over here? No, we can't get that way. Okay. Open the door. Open the
This
door.
ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
225 XP. I wonder what you can use that on. Ooh. Promethium.
A revelation was sent to me.
You get 25 randomly at times. That's weird, because I know Twitch does that. It gives you like little rewards the longer you watch. Grants 3 logic, okay. But I didn't know that YouTube does that. Maybe that's something that I have to try and like work with YouTube's chat, because I think it can give you guys like rewards that you could spend the XP on. No, it's something that I need to like, I think I need to try and like work on. I don't know if it's maybe I need to hit like certain amount of subscribers or there's something I can do. I think if I give you like a thing, you could spend the XP on stuff and some type of currency. Go ahead and continue to watch on YouTube. Whichever one you choose, I don't mind.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
I'm just happy that people are watching. It doesn't matter from where. Plus, then you won't be able to see Pinata's messages. All right. Is this her bathroom? Holy cow. That looks really nice. Anything in here to steal? No? Okay. What about in her wardrobe? Surely she's got to have... Oh, her bed. Nothing? Dang. Is that Moot? Or Mort? Oh, no. I think she might be dead. Give me your Melta. Helmet grants the wearer immunity to enemy critical hits for the first 3 rounds of combat. Don't mind if I do, though. So it was a demon. Of course it was. Theodora von Vasiliscus' body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
The Sister Bao surveys the scene, her gaze lingering on the arch-militant's body.
Didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
So, yeah. Seems that our, diviner isn't doing a good job.
Lord Captain. Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
I doubt it. Voidveer wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
It was him? No, it could not have been. He had a Melta. If he shot a Melta at her, there wouldn't be a corpse left to examine. You lean close to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she expressed in life. Yeah. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-spattered parchment and scrolls that must have fallen on the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass shattered the floor. Check the shards by the desk. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium. Inspect papers. Reports, accounting, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It has a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. I never received handwritten letters with a seal. You know what Resident Evil meme? The I can fix her one? I want one with Idra now. I guess. And sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter addresses to Theodora von Vasiliscus signed it with the seal of one of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition. Ugh. The secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunt heretics, Xenos, and the other enemies of humanity. Oh no. Examine the Arch-Militant's body. Another shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, gray matter, and shards of his skull. Safety on the Archwield's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. What do the shards tell you? I hope not.
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
Okay, that didn't tell me anything.
Tainted witchcraft.
Probably her. Let me guess. I'm gonna do this one, and she's not even gonna be able to do it.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul.
Maybe.
And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
I mean, if I could force you, I would.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
Continue.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Why? You can't ascertain anything off of anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
She is... I do not like it. Holy cow. Alright, any cool stuff on you? Any cool little knickknacks? You love her? Ooh, a cape. Yeah, get me a cool looking cape. Aw, yeah. Swag increase. A necklace? A clutch of pearls? Rather time it gains plus +1 bonus to commerce and lore. Yes, please. I think that's it. If there's anything that's more important, it's that you gotta make yourself look cool. Doesn't matter how you are a rogue trader, you gotta have some swag. Or the drippiest drip. Is there nothing here? Nothing? Okay. Oh. Oh no!
Suffer not the heretic to live!
Surrender to the dark powers!
Exactly. I'm gonna put you here. You can be here. And you can stay where you're at. Light, medium armor. Armor protects the characters from incoming damage. Light and medium armor types are both available to you at the moment. The armor state indicates that predict incoming damage from all enemy attacks can be absorbed. Type of armor also influences the characters that the character wearing it will pass a dodge test. The higher the dodge penalty, the lower the chance to dodge an enemy attack. Character in light armor dodges attacks more often. but takes more damage when hit. Medium armor absorbs more damage if the character is hit, but reduces their mobility and ability to dodge attacks. You have attained heavy armor. Unlike light and medium armor, heavy armor provides the ability to deflect damage. Deflection is a unique heavy armor stat that reduces damage taken by a specific flat amount. Ooh. Heavy armor has a higher armor rating than medium and light armor, but also usually has a higher dodge penalty. You get harder to dodge an enemy attack while wearing it. Only characters with heavy armor precision talent can wear heavy armor. This game introduced mechanics like Doom. Rather than letting you explore the mechanics, they stop the game and force you to read it. Well, there's a lot more going on in this game than there is in Doom. Doom, sure, it stops everything and forces you to read it, but you can also turn it off if you want to. I'm not gonna, because I want to know what's going on. Alright, buddy. Can you get... We'll put you here.
It will be done. I took care of this one.
Yeah. True. It didn't stop you. It popped it up like over here. Let's put you over here. All right.
One step closer.
Kill them all. I wonder if I can give him another turn. I'm gonna give her.
Ruin beckons.
Like when I play, I'll just disable those hints if possible. Yeah, yeah.
I'll do it.
Damn. I was hoping that she would get that.
Purpose guides me.
Oh, yes. Enemy statuses. Various abilities, icons. Ah, so you can like examine them.
As the Emperor commands,
Nice. I think that gun can hurt me, so I'm gonna run you over here.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Dang. Oh well.
Anything else?
And there we go. What is this? Grace of the Oblivious. The wearer gains +5 toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. Wow.
Embrace true power.
Another level. Finest Hour. The officer grants an ally an extra turn with full AP and MP during an extra turn. There is no attack limit. Oh my god. Oh wait, it's one of these. I thought I was getting the same thing again. Blood Martyrs. Whenever an ally uses a heroic act, that ally gains temporary wounds equal to 10% of their maximum wounds. The range of the officer's ability is increased by 3. The range of voice of command is increased by 6. I kind of want that one. Whenever the officer uses an ability on an ally, that ally gains a bonus to their perception and ballistic skill equal to 3. That bonus stacks but half of the stacks are lost at the end of the target's turn. Whenever the officer targets an ally with an ability for the first time in a round, that ally gains 4 temporary wounds. I don't care for that. Whenever the officer targets an ally with an action, the ally's resolves is increased by 1 till the end of the turn. Still resolved, the officer's resolve is increased by +3. Armor of Contempt. Whenever an ally is affected by an officer's ability or talent that grants temporary wounds, the ally's armor is increased by 10% if the round does not do well. I do focus. That'll be OP later. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking either commanding voice, because then I can affect them from a further range. Focus is good, though. Because it can give them better shooting. Oh my god, look how many there are! What the heck? There's so many. Yeah, I probably should just focus on don't miss. I'm basically going like, alright, you're going to be cool, and you're not going to miss. Attempt. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against that enemy deals additional 5 damage. Does not stack, but can be reactive after another attack made by either the same or another. Desolation. The warrior's melee attack deals an additional 3 damage to enemies that have no allies in adjacent cells. Warrior's critical damage is increased by 8% against enemies not armed with melee weapons. If the warrior has less than 50% wounds, they gain 13% critical chance. Whenever the warriors attack, they gain 1 stack of slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the warrior gains 1 temporary wound for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed 5. Then later get a WS focus if possible for extra melee damage, and then you've got both sides covered. Probably want to go for more shooting. Warrior gains 1 damage deflection. Their parry chance is increased by 25. The warrior's total armor. I'm gonna do this one. I guess we'll level you up. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Alright. What are we doing with you? For each adjacent ally, the soldier deals 9 more damage to enemies. Ooh. An idea I like is the protection ones that grant armor wounds. Yeah. Cover effectively is increased by 10% for full cover and 20% for half cover. That might be good. Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by 1% until the end of combat. Oh, that'll be really good. It'll keep going up by 1% until the end of combat. We're going to go with that. I want to increase it. To the bridge. This doesn't look good. This does not look good at all.
Let's seize the opportunity.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
You heretic. Not my ship.
Arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader.
The Lord Captain will not be joining us.
Oh, the rogue trader is dead?
I didn't say that.
No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the warrant and all the dynasties.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
No, relax.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resisting to your fate will you truly suffer defeat. Or resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat.
Words worthy of a righteous soul.
Thank you, sister.
Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
You're darn right. Clearly in the gloom of the bridge, the broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops and seems to have a persistent glimmer to them. Oh, it's the blade!
We are out of time!
Garrett bites his knuckles, desperately thinking to see a wave ripple across the whites of Arrow's eyes, and they begin to turn sickly yellow. Voldegrave, you despicable cur! The rogue trader's death will be avenged.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Aha.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it.
He probably did it.
And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Continue.
Edelthrad, don't!
Don't what?
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
He's just gonna turn himself into a bomb? Oh, he just walked right into it. Hey, a chaos spawn! Yay! Good job, brother, I guess.
Here we go again.
God damn it. That is a chaos spawn. Kind of spawn? I don't know what kind of spawn. Sadly, I don't know what kind of spawn it is. Enemy statuses. Yeah. You already told me about that. Okay. I command you to shoot that thing! To use a unique abilities called Heroic Acts or just Desperate Measures, momentum is acquired. Depending on your action, your party's combat momentum will power increase or decrease. A high momentum value allows a character to use a Heroic Act. A low value grants access to Desperate Measures. Both abilities can completely change the course of the battle. Okay. Heroic Act.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
Doesn't say that this will cost any AP.
Each strike is a prayer. Doubt is for the weak, eradicated.
God, she's so good.
I'll do it.
No! Don't miss.
As the Emperor commands, strike is a prayer. Eradicated.
God, she's so good. Revel and Slaughter. Yeah. Definitely, dude. And it removes the winded effect. It's the following bonuses. Revel and Slaughter! And end. Exactly, that's the whole point of her.
I will triumph.
Don't fuck it up.
I will not stoop to this.
Out of line of sight? Oh. Fine, then you can get right here.
Purpose gone. I will
Bang!
fight my master
Yeah!
to your demise.
It's gonna hit the dude. Alright. Now I do both with that one, that ability. Actually, wait, could I do this? Let's just do one shot at a time. Seems like that'll be more beneficial.
Be the fire in my heart.
Oh, well. Can't have him getting hit. Just shoot again! Devour? I know he summoned something. Alright, Abelard, tank it. Alright. And that turn.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Okay, let's get some melee attacks.
At your beck and call.
Oh man, is that it?
Victory is imminent.
No, that didn't do it. Well, that sucks.
Weapon at the ready.
Alright, Psyker. If we can call you that.
But of course.
Hiya!
Duty go hand in hand. I've suffered worse.
Yeah, Abelard's awesome. But it looks like he's suffering the perils of the warp. Gosh dang, Psyker. Yeah. I think I should target the Abelard now. See if I can't get him to take another turn. Nope. You there! Shoot that thing! Oh, look, you can see ghosts walking around. Yeah, we'll do that.
Doubt is for the weak.
Nice. It is. This is actually really cool.
I
Avalon!
reject the very idea.
Don't you die on me.
This is beneath me.
Damn it. Then I guess
will
you.
triumph.
Oh my gosh, there are ghosts like everywhere. Back here. I'm so good at this game. Dang it.
I'll do it.
Not the best shot, but we take that.
Just a minor setback.
Could put bleed on him. Let's see if we can get him to bleed.
At your back and forth.
Oh, he parried it.
I will do like you.
Hi-yo!
Follow my lead.
Oh, cool. The Deck Enforcer killed him. I think. We got a glove, a new cape, ooh, and a blade shard.
I tread a path unexplored.
Where is there to go? Can't go that way.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
Damn.
Old man, he was never going to make it. He was mutating right in front of us. You just ended his suffering sooner.
Wow, she is so negative.
Driver, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal. Living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry. We'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
We've reestablished contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It is the only chance of escaping from the warp. Starting to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills voices of commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing. One of the survivors bucking under the stress. Alberts cuffs the crying officer without ever looking.
Restore the Fox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
He directs your attention upward to the throne that sits at the apex of the tall staircase. I'm ready. Begin the ritual. Aw, yeah. Now it's my ship. Oh, it's just taking me a very long time to walk up those steps. The image before you is hazy, swaying against sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It's taken on the guise of Theodra, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodra's eyes is engulfed in an otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. A voice spreads directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the warp.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle.
Nah. It resonates and merges with the voice that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are the myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. You are the blame for Theodra's death. I say to my people, do your worst, but you cannot stop me.
Lead them, mortal. Guide them. Persuade them. Force them to walk your path. You will need followers, for destiny is preordained.
This violent vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
What?
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things.
I knew it. I knew she was a
I am
heretic.
the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven.
No.
Follow it, servant of mine.
And you know, this one's just copying Albert, of course. Or the Haberlord. That's just an illusion. But the other one was definitely Eldred. Definitely.
Seneschal, the Navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
Yeah.
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Put him down on the list. A very long list.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
I'm your new captain.
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty.
Put him down as number 401983884. What? Oh, as the deaths. Right. He will have the onerous name of number 401983884. Will none forget.
By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
Say nothing.
it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lady. It is because of her toils that we all still live.
Exactly.
The deed is done, mistress. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
Yeah, got myself a new ship.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the rogue trader dynasty survived, and through the strength of her resolve, saved those who were counting on her for protection.
God, this is so cool. This game is really cool. You completed the prologue! That was just the prologue. We spent 3 hours and 20 minutes in just the prologue. Abelard, deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Abelard's face, though the old officer's eyes are keen. They rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods himself. Well then, your ladyship. Cargo management. Use cargo management screen to learn more about the cargo on your flagship, the amount of times and the percentage of cargo being filled up. On the cargo tab, you can see details about the items packed in each cargo slot. You need to be used as an item that is already packed. Move it to the item in the inventory. Cargo is needed when trading with merchants. You will meet them soon. Let's see. You cannot help but notice that the... What the heck is this word? No, I think there'll be more voice acting, probably. It will probably be, like, lesser. But there'll probably be more. Notice that the Senchals does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing you smile, Albert pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. Now, I guess there isn't any dialogue anymore. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranked officers. Just a second. Oh, bless me. Ah, bless me. Anyways, where was I? Some posts have had to be filled by the deputies. The deputies. While others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. How did we come to lose so many officers? Oh, I already know how that is. What is on the agenda for this meeting? You misspoke, surely. I am Lady Captain, am I not? Have you succeeded in tracking down Volga? Wait, Abelard, there is an altogether more pressing problem. I do not wish to be the rogue trader. I am ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. What's on the agenda? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort. Even so, far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in, so prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your ladyship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. I am ready. Summon the officers! With a gesture, Albert relays an order to the adjacent at the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen pair of eyes bore into you, the expression revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention, officers! You have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Latara Sarin at home, von Valanches will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Albert. Yawn. I haven't the time to be listening to every last officer on this hulking rig. Nah, I want to know who they are. As you wish, your ladyship. Albert points to a tall, slender woman, whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. I'm assuming this. Vigdis Suri, Ota of the Toeme line, our new Vox Master. Never mind, apparently it's this lady. Oh my gosh! It shows that she has hair, but they're not, they're wires. That's a woman? It is an honor to serve your ladyship, the Foxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chefs? Okay. I'm responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Good. Beside her is Ravor, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The Helmmaster, the dude that was a little rude. The bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face, gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. This here... you know what? I'm going to give this guy an accent. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me. So rest assured, she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. Good man. And lastly, our High Factorum Generis, Dan Rock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Oh, I don't like the look of him. He just reeks smugness. Dressed in an embroidered jacket and heavy-set man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your ladyship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. I want the ship to just run better. I don't care about my comfort. In the second row, we have the three officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. Wait, they have a person specifically chosen to stop fires? That's weird. Why would you need... Is that just like a common occurrence on this ship? That should not be a common occurrence. And lastly, the Drive Master, servant of the Omnissiah. The three officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drive Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all the tech pieces mechanicus. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. I serve at your pleasure, Lord Captain. I wish to hear the Infernus Master's report. Yeah, I actually do want to know about the fires. Yes, Lord Captain. The tall man bows his head in defiant deference. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material losses and crew casualties has been complete. The results have been submitted to the Senusual and the High Factorum. The post passed to him after the previous First Master and his next three deputies expired in the line of duty. We lost so many people. That's crazy. That, oh my gosh, we were really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Abelard remarks in a low voice, pitched for your ears only. The lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. Hi, Factorum, what have you to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your ladyship. I will personally ensure that all damage reports are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rykad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system, in fact, belongs to the Winter Scale Rogue Trader Dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true, given Calgaro's Winter Scale penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets, rumbles Abelard frowningly. Drive, master. I will hear from you now. Zerataller, a voice distorted by a Vox retranslator, emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Ingenseer Prime, overseer of the spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by a little flesh that remained a part of him, a most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. That's actually huge. When you lose a Magos, oh man, that's not good. Someone care to translate the esteemed Drive Master's words? No, I get it. I see, thank you. Techri bows her head. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right, you are Lord and Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ships sound more or less, but without our engines here, Prime and Navigator, who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Okay. Your ladyship, if you allow me to interject. When we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobiliat station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have locate a navigator in the very same system as in is an incredible stroke of luck. True blessing from the God Emperor. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull, as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it is not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation to replace echo in your mind. I am the will of the weave of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else I'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, I like this guy. We can go around and round the system till our heads are swimming as long as the promethium and supplies last. And if any thick as grot shit lowlives come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out. So don't you worry about that score. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No. My job's simple, to maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew. No Lord Captain. But I'm the Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forgot yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostility and better reply. It is as if a dam was burst inside and all of his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins. Every second officer is dead, and now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcer, seize this mutineer. Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all, your ladyship. I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Besides, find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. Ironclad, stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, not after the terrible attack we have endured. Dogmatic, execute him. Get rid of him. Experienced Master of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason, he may remain in post. I leave his punishment for your directions outward. No, I'm going to do Ironclad. He had a moment of weakness. I'm going to be real. He doesn't deserve this. Like, we suffered a heavy loss. He doesn't deserve it. And in 40k, I feel like if you can just bring a little bit of kindness into it, which I know will eventually bite me in the ass, I think that this guy might eventually do something really cool. Abelard stares obliquely at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling, you disgrace yourself and your entire clan enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose, his face in the picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him, only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we've acquired a new engine seer, prime, and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship system must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home of the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. What can you tell me about the system? I say to the Vox Master at this point, Mistress. I concede to the Vox Master? I think that's... I don't know what that is. We're in the Rykard star system, and our voyage here was undertaken under the orders of Our Ladyship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabitant bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobility Station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planet Planetoid in the system, and Rykard Ministoris itself. is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. Ah, geez, there's so much stuff going on here. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilis station and find out what is in the void is going on. Seems like there's a lot of talking, not a lot of action now. Well, I mean, it's a role-play game. It's an RPG. What'd you expect? Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. And some will salute you as one. Your ladyship, there is one other thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance, Lady Theodra. Albert hesitates. Your eternally esteemed predecessor brought the ship to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Chronos Expanse. Oh, God. I came across a strange handwriting, and we'll probably go with that one. Yes, quite right. XC Xavier Calcazar. I don't want to do what Inquisitors want. They're always going to get you in trouble. Lady Theodra was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Henrix von Kallax. Can you make a psyker? I believe you can. Yes. Yes, I believe you can play as a psyker. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in the system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furbus system. Finding him without any more information to go on would be difficult indeed, but Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the governor of Ricard Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your ladyship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the von Valkeist Prodic. I don't know that word. Awala gives you another look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this momentum of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he is about to offer some words of encouragement. Idra, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Sister Browder grimly nods towards Idra. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insists on seeing the rogue trader. I judge that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. Good job, Argenta. Good. I'm glad she's already looking after my back. For a brief moment, Sister's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Idra glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word burst from her lips. Daybreak. Idra, come to your senses. Word, bring me the witch to heal. Bring the witch to heal. If there is nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. Yeah, I could just ignore her. I don't know, I could be addicted. Nah, whatever. I'll just ignore her. Alright, cool. And so it begins. Interesting. I wonder how much of my ship I can, like... Oh, machine god, upon thee and bestow thy blessing. Hey, did you hear? They saw it again. It was on the middle decks this time. Oh god, what's there? The vessel stands ready. Well, what was there? There's something in the middle decks? Look at all the tech priests trying to, like, fix everything. Can't go this way anymore. Okay. Star system. The events of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Cronus Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get a chance to visit. You will find yourself scouring the void in search of the routes, leading to new uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the expanses. What you see before you is a map of one such system. Each star system contains objects that you can interact with, such as objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest, then click left bumper on it to initiate the event and open the planet view. I see. Unidentified void ship. Your ladyship, could you please stop telling us to go back and forth? Oh, whoops, okay. Kinda wanna go to the unidentified void ship. Might be able to get some resources off there. Foundations are any wheels for workers or supplies of faceless, nameless mass ranks file. In this eyes of the Imperium, they are merely a resource, easily producible and renewable. That's sad. The Vox crackles to life, and the Master Helmsman Raver addresses you. What have we here, Lord Captain? It is not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scraphead than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are... I don't know what that is. Registering? Registering. Critical damage to the hull. Decompression of several compartments. Oh, there is an incoming transmission now, too. Hear us. The doctor was in his abruptly cuts off sight. Do not require assistance. Repeat. Do not require assistance. Okay, so they require assistance. There's something going on. Copy. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Emperor protects. Lord Captain, I'm told our augurs cannot determine the alliance of the vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within asteroid field near the Rockguard failure colony that is refusing help, which, not to find a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. However, can we establish communication, let the vessel identify itself, ignore the vessel, follow the charted course? Yes, Lord Captain. The connection is established. Unknown vessel. We are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, the Vox system snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting over one another. Do not tell. Tell him. We are done for. Seems like there's a lot of people with different opinions. This is Thunderfang. We are a merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private merchant vessel. A merchant vessel? Of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before, Thunderfang? Have a damage report on the unknown vessel, Thunderfang. Why can we not identify you? Main game deck. On my order, aim weapons targets Thunderfang. We could just shoot them. Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? Why? I don't know. What if? Certainly not. Our vessel is bad at damage. Damage is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, merchant vessel Thunderfang does not require aid. Have a damage report on the unknown vessel. Damage shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several components were leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing, so solid they barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? Responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expenses, and yet another hisses, fiercely demanding that the other shut up. You manage to make out little from all the noises. We were just flying, minding our own business, straight out of the blue and opened fire. Miracle we could get away, Emperor protected, and then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombarded everything. Our folks, are left without help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain again what your business is here. And this time, I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done, idiot? It is too late now. The Vox channel is again filled with an angry whisper of several voices. The whispers of static are drowned out by a clear and signifying voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We did not come here to loot. On a different business, to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt. Please. We already had our Kronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of lumber, I mean goods. In case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozens of pirate factions in the Cronius Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox conversations with those whom are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. The honeyed voice of the High Factorium interrupts the transition button. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you, although the moral aspect of the livelihood do cause some awkward questions. The Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. I think I want to do trade with them, because we need supplies. They have a flamer? I want the flamer. My boys will fetch you anything your heart desires. Fellowship of the Void reputation. Profit factor is a representation of the relative value of the rogue trade or warrant trade that will opportunities and resorts and all call upon. Man, I can't get any of these. I think the flamer. I want the flamer. Accept. Wait, can I just take everything from them? I don't see a currency anywhere. Okay, cool. I think I'll put a stop to it for the stream there. I want to get started on something and have it go for like a long time. Right now we've got the beginnings of the game done. So I think that was a good start. So I think we'll stop it there for now. Oh my gosh, screen went blank. Okay, there we go. So thank you everybody for watching. Those who have watched, those who will watch, and those who may watch in the future. With that, I'll see you all later. Have a good one. Peace.